What's up, tribe? If you guys experience any type of hip pain, knee pain, or just any type of tightness in the hips or in the quads, then you might actually benefit from focusing on strengthening the hamstrings or the glutes, or just doing a little bit of activation work. I'm going to show you guys a few movements that you can do and you can start incorporating into your routine or into your warm-up. First thing we have is a straight leg kickback. So Lauren is going to go into a quadruped position on the ground. We're going to show just one leg at a time. So she is going to start by raising the knee up and kind of bringing one knee in. While she's doing this too, she's keeping the core tight and she's going to extend the leg out. While she's doing this, she's squeezing the glutes, still keeping the core engaged, and then she's going to drive the knee back in. Then going into that next rep, she's going to extend that leg back out, squeeze the glute. While she's doing this, she's also keeping the lower back kind of just tucked down just slightly, so she's able to keep the core engaged. I'm going to have her do a few more reps of this and I'll explain it just a little bit more. So again, as she's kicking that leg back, she's going to be squeezing the glute, and then by doing this, she's also going to help open up that hip and just create a little bit more room in that front of the hip, and just by doing so, decrease tension in that area. I would do about 10 to 20 reps on each leg. Good, Lauren, and you can come off of this. So that is going to be your first movement to help you create just a little bit more space in the front of the hip and help activate the glute and the hamstring. Next movement we have is a banded RDL, or a banded Romanian deadlift. So she is going to grab the band over here and she's going to step into it and have it go right around her hips. She's going to take a couple steps out so she has a little bit of tension on that band. And then from here, focusing just like a normal deadlift, keeping the core engaged, shoulder blades pinched back, pushing the hips back, and thinking about stretching the hamstring while she's doing this. Then as she comes up, she's going to straighten the legs, fire the glutes, squeeze the hamstring, squeeze the glute, and push the hips forward. You can walk out just a little bit. Yeah. Good. I'm going to have you do a few more reps of this. Good. So again, what she is doing here is she's focusing on strengthening the glute, strengthening the hamstring, and by doing that, she's also going to take some of that load off of the knee, off of the quad, and also as she's coming forward, really focusing on opening up the hips. She's also building that range of motion by having a little bit of resistance on that too. She can also add a weight with this. Right now she's doing this unloaded. If she did want to add a weight, she can grab a kettlebell. Again, stepping out just a little bit. And then focusing on, again, pushing the hips back, keeping the shoulder blades engaged, yep. And then coming up, thinking about stretching the hamstring as you're reaching the hips back. Good. Good, awesome. And you can come off of that. The last one that we have is a feet elevated glute bridge. So she's going to come down onto the ground. You're going to have the feet elevated up on a box or a bench. The knees are going to be about 90 degrees. From here, before she even goes into this position, she's going to focus on bringing the belly button tight to the spine, pushing the lower back down to the ground, creating that core tension. And then from there, she's going to focus on pushing the feet through the bench, raising the hips up, squeezing the glutes at the top, and then controlling that all the way down. Good. As she comes up here, squeezing the glutes, she's going to help open up the hips, create a little bit more of a stretch. Again, just like those last couple exercises, as you're opening up the hips, it's going to help you just release some of that tension in the front of the hip while also activating and strengthening the glutes and the hamstrings. For this one, you can do about 10 to 20 reps as well on this, just nice, slow, and controlled through that range of motion on the way up and that range of motion on the way down. Good. And you can come off of this. All right, guys, so those are your three movements. Again, for the first one, we had that single leg, straight leg kickback. So again, about 10 to 20 reps on each leg, really focusing on squeezing the glute as you're extending that leg back, again, opening up the hip by doing that. Then we had that banded RDL. I would do about 10 to 15 reps of that, again, slow and controlled through that entire range of motion. And then we had those feet elevated glute bridges that we just showed, about 10 to 20 reps. If you guys have any questions, just shoot us a message. If you like this, go like, subscribe, check out all of our different social media, and then let us know in the comments what you think.